Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest transfer rumours and gossip, as I said. So I'm going to potentially, be updating you on some current Chelsea transfer rumours, as I did say, I was going to be potentially, updating you on this video. So potentially, as we all know, Sarri's potentially looking to bolster his squad up, as we all know. It's looking likely Alvaro Morata is going to be out. Potentially, we know Sarri's number one target is Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know. I think potentially Callum Wilson's going to be going. David Luiz's contract is up in the summer, and also too, potentially Gary Cahill could be leaving as well. Obviously, Cesc Fabregas has left, so potentially Chelsea are looking for a replacement for Fabregas, as we all know. So potentially they have got a lot of players on their agenda of Chelsea, as they did get Jorginho and Kepa last summer. But potentially Chelsea do need to reinvest into their squad, as Sarri has confirmed. So reportedly, the news now is coming through by Gonzalo Higuain, who's potentially, being Chelsea's number one target. As we all know, we know the Chelsea board and the Chelsea director has had strong reservations, of getting Gonzalo Higuain into Stamford Bridge, because potentially, he is 31 years of age. So the Chelsea director and board obviously only will to offer contracts, for 12 months, to players, over the age of 30, as we all know. But reportedly, he was dropped out of the AC Milan team against Juventus. I think it was an evening kickoff today. Reportedly, Gonzalo Higuain was dropped. Reportedly, I don't think he featured. He wasn't in the starting 11 for AC Milan, but I think from Gonzalo Higuain's perspective, he does want to make the move to Stamford Bridge. Reportedly, but reports have just come out from Sky Starts that reportedly Chelsea have come to an agreement with Juventus, for a loan deal for Gonzalo Higuain. Reportedly, until the end of the season. I think Chelsea will reportedly make this permanent, and it will cost them around 30 odd million pounds in the region. 32 million, I think, to make the deal permanent in the summer. That's just reported from Sky Sports, as I currently said. I don't know if it's fully announced as yet, as I currently said, but as I did say, Higuain's agent and his potential brother was in London, was it the other week, potentially, negotiate with Sarri getting a deal over the line, as we all know. Juventus and AC Milan have been in negotiations with Higuain's future, as I currently said, but potentially, Chelsea have been in talks with Juventus and AC Milan over this, as we all currently know, but potentially, as I did say, they have been in negotiations. Reportedly, it did say Juventus had turned two bids down from Chelsea, two loan bids down from Chelsea. 6-month one got turned down. Reportedly, an 18-month loan got two turned down as well. So Chelsea have been finding it difficult, to negotiate, with Juventus over this, as I currently said. But Gonzalo Higuain, the transfer requesting, saying that he did want to leave AC Milan, as he's currently confirmed. The boss, according to the AC Milan boss, he said he didn't want to leave. Reportedly, Gonzalo Higuain. So reportedly now, Chelsea and Juventus have come to an agreement on a loan fee until the end of the season. So potentially it looks like Chelsea have got him on loan till the end of the season, according to Sky Sports. But reportedly it did say Chelsea were confident of getting the player. But I think he'll deliver the goods very, very well for Chelsea. Of course, to seeing him as a replacement for Alvaro Morata. He's a proven goal scorer. I think he scored over 200 goals in his playing career as Gonzalo Higuain. And as I did currently say, he's a very, very good player. He's 31 years of age, so the Chelsea board and Chelsea directors, might have concerns about this. But Sarri's keen on reuniting with the player because, obviously, as I said about, Sarri, as we all currently know, Sarri, he's looking to reunite with him. He likes the player, as we all currently know. But obviously, he's on loan at AC Milan. AC Milan had to pay a £16 million fee, but they do have the option, to make the deal permanent in the summer. And he hasn't really developed, AC Milan, Gonzalo Higuain, but he was very, very good when he was young in his prime. He had 6 good years with Real Madrid, and potentially he had 3 good years with Napoli, as we all know. He had 2 good years with Juventus as well. He scored 36 goals in one season with Napoli. Did Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know. So allegedly, reportedly, Chelsea and Juventus have finally come to an agreement. Reportedly, Chelsea have got him on loan until the end of the season. Reportedly, with the option to make it permanent, which would cost Chelsea in the region of 30 odd million pound, as that has confirmed. So potentially now, allegedly, they've agreed a loan fee with Juventus for Gonzalo Higuain, and I think he'll do very, very well for Chelsea. I think he'll lead the lines very, very well because he's got his heart set out on a move to Stamford Bridge, as we all know. But reports have been going on about it a long time. There's been talks of Higuain and Alvaro Morata as a potential swap deal, as we all know. So that's the latest news on that. Potentially Morata, as I said, he's been heavily linked with a move to Atletico Madrid because he's failed to make an impact, at Stamford Bridge, since he's been there, as we all currently know. A few teams have expressed their interest in Alvaro Morata, as we all know. Barcelona have been interested, Bayern Munich have been interested. It did reportedly say Sevilla have been interested. Sevilla have previously been in talks, was it the other week? Morata's agent was in discussion with the Sevilla representatives, but reportedly, currently, the Sevilla director did confirm that. The Sevilla director did confirm, guys, that reportedly Chelsea's financial demands were impossible to meet. So potentially, Sevilla did drop their interest in Morata. It did say Milan have been interested in him. A few teams have expressed their interest in Alvaro Morata, as we all know. I think Chelsea are keen on sanctioning him off on a permanent deal. Reports have been coming out today that saying he is close to making a move to Atletico Madrid because, Atletico Madrid have been in talks with Chelsea over this. I think, potentially from Alvaro Morata's perspective, he does want to make the move to Atletico Madrid, as he has currently confirmed. But talks have been reportedly, going on. As I said, he actually began his youth career with Atletico Madrid. Did Alvaro Morata, as we all know, obviously when he was a youngster and when he was a lot younger in his prime. But obviously Chelsea are keen of sanctioning him off. It did say reportedly he was willing to accept a price cut, to join Atletico Madrid. Was Alvaro Morata. So reportedly it did say his wage wasn't a problem. It did say Atletico Madrid were reluctant, to sign him on a permanent deal. But I think Chelsea are keen on sanctioning him off on a permanent deal. But Atletico Madrid have been heavily linked. There has been talks between the two clubs, as we all know. Reports coming out now saying he's close to making the move to Atletico Madrid is the player. So potentially Morata's failed to establish himself under Sarri. Obviously, he's no longer Sarri's number one choice, as we all know, and he has fallen down the pecking order, and he hasn't really been getting the opportunities as Alvaro Morata, as we all currently know. Chelsea paid £60 million for him in 2017, as I currently said, and he hasn't delivered the goods, to Stamford Bridge. He hasn't really proven himself in the Premier League as Alvaro Morata, and he hasn't lived to expectations, as probably Chelsea fans, would have expected, because he was good when he was young in his prime. He had 6 good years around. He spent most of his playing career with Real Madrid anyway, when he was young in his prime, and he had 2 good years in Italy with Juventus as well, but he just hasn't proven himself at Stamford Bridge, because we know mainly Sarri has been mainly going with Eden Hazard in a false number 9 position, especially lately in the Premier League as well. But reportedly Morata looks like he could be going to Atletico Madrid, whether it's going to be on a loan deal or whether Atletico Madrid is somewhere along the line going to get him on a permanent deal. I do not know, but I think Chelsea's perspective, they're reportedly willing to sanction him off permanently, reportedly. But a few teams, a host of clubs have been interested. I think Bayern Munich, Barcelona, now it's Atletico Madrid, Sevilla, and AC Milan have also been interested in Alvaro Morata as well. Now, the reports have been coming out saying that reportedly Atletico Madrid are willing to offer 2 of their players, which is Gelson Martins and Klasnic, to get the pursuit of Alvaro Morata reportedly. So Alvaro Morata is going to be definitely going, and Chelsea have identified Gonzalo Higuain as a suitable replacement. But I think he'll lead the lines very well for Chelsea. He is 31 years of age, so Chelsea potentially won't get long out of him. But Sky Sports have just reported that Chelsea and Juventus have come to an agreement on Chelsea getting him on loan until the end of the season, and then probably Chelsea will potentially make the deal permanent. He's a proven goal scorer. It would be good for him to experience the Premier League, of course. He knows Sarri very well, as I said. So potentially it has been Sarri's number one target. Chelsea have been negotiating with Juventus. Chelsea have been negotiating with AC Milan, and AC Milan and Juventus have been in negotiations with each other, considering Gonzalo Higuain's future. He does want to make the move, and potentially he didn't feature tonight. He wasn't in AC Milan's starting 11, so there's a sign that he's on his way out of AC Milan, as he has confirmed, because he does want to make the move. Reportedly Sky Sports have just reported that Chelsea and Juventus have come to an agreement. It's confirmed that reportedly Chelsea have got him on loan until the end of the season. There was talks about the loan being around 18 months, but reportedly Juventus turned it down. But reportedly, it says in the media, reportedly that Chelsea and Juventus have come to an agreement, and Chelsea have allegedly got him on loan to the end of the season. It just says in Sky Sports, it's a little tiny headline that's just reported in it, but I think there's more reports, to come on about it as well, because Chelsea and Juventus and Milan have been in heavy negotiations about this, as I said. But we know Chelsea have had other options as well. If they don't get the pursuit of Gonzalo, because potentially we know that Icardi has also been mentioned in the press. We know Callum Wilson has also been mentioned in the press. Chelsea were reportedly willing to pay £50 million to Callum Wilson. He can deliver goals. He can score goals. As he has proven, with his time at Bournemouth, Callum Wilson. But as I did currently say, I don't think Eddie Howe's willing to do any business with him. To quite honest, when he is quite young, I think he's in his mid-20s. As I said, Callum Wilson, but Icardi's a very, very good player. He's a proven prolific goal scorer, just like Gonzalo Higuain. Maybe the Chelsea director and Chelsea board may be keen on getting, Icardi over Gonzalo Higuain, because Icardi's obviously younger. Gonzalo Higuain's more experienced, but Icardi's scored over 100 goals in his playing career since he's been at Inter Milan. I think 120 of his goals have come to Inter Milan. He's Inter Milan's 9th highest top goal scorer, and I think he's got a 99 or is it 100 million release clause in his current Inter Milan deal, as Icardi as well. But reportedly, Chelsea, of course, have been linked with them, as well as an alternative if they don't get the Higuain deal over the line. But the latest news to give you with the Higuain, reportedly Sky Sports have reported Chelsea are confident of signing him. He wasn't in the AC Milan starting 11 today. And reportedly, Chelsea have come to an agreement with Juventus, and Chelsea getting him on loan until the end of the season. So that's the latest news. I do know about that, but if more updates, I will update you on it. As I said. But obviously, Chelsea are also too in the market for the replacement for Cesc Fabregas, as we all currently know. So potentially 2 targets. Sarri has identified his Cagliari's Nicola Barella, as it has currently confirmed. He's a Cagliari midfielder. He's only 21 years of age. He's Italian. He's very, very young in his prime. But as I did say, reportedly, he's reluctant to leave Cagliari midway through the season. So it's looking likely Chelsea are going to get a deal over the line for this Leandro Paredes. He's a Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder. Reportedly, a fee has not come to an agreement yet between Chelsea and Zenit St. Petersburg. Chelsea and Zenit, of course, have been in heavy negotiations. I think reportedly a contract has been agreed between the two clubs. Reportedly, Chelsea have agreed personal terms for the player as well. Reportedly, from Zenit St. Petersburg perspective, they want around £36 million in the region. Reportedly, Chelsea put a first bidding of just under £30 million, got turned down. Reportedly, they've put a new bid in just over £30 million, is it? Or something like that. He's 24 years old. He is Argentinian, is this Leandro Paredes. I think he does actually want to make the move to Stamford Bridge, does this current player, but reportedly a contract's been agreed. I think Chelsea are willing to give him £80,000 a week, this young player. So do you think he'll grow and develop very, very well under Sarri? They're willing to give him £80,000 a week. It's going to be a 4.5-year deal. As I said, I think it's going to be around 4.5 million a year, something like that. But Chelsea have been in negotiations with Zenit St. Petersburg, and I think he will be potentially making a move to Chelsea. But Chelsea is still in negotiations of agreeing a fee, with Zenit St. Petersburg over this. As I currently said, he's Leandro Paredes. He's 24 years of age. He's been at Zenit since 2017. I think he's made 60-odd appearances in all competitions. He actually began his career as a youngster with Boca Juniors. Did this current player? He began his youth career with Boca Juniors, did Leandro Paredes. He's also been at Chevio in the past, and then Ploy, however you pronounce the name, on loan in the current past term as well. But Zenit St. Petersburg, I think, paid around £24 million for him from Roma, as I currently said. So potentially Zenit St. Petersburg are looking for potentially, to make a profit, as we all know. So he's been potentially linked with a move to Stamford Bridge, as I currently said. So there has been talks about that, but I still think potentially, Callum Hudson could be on the way out. Bayern Munich have reportedly, been in talks, to get Callum Hudson on the board, because he's only very, very young in his prime. He's 18. He hasn't really had the opportunities, for Chelsea this season, in the Premier League, because he hasn't been starting enough in the Premier League as Callum Hudson, as we all know. He's 18. He's got a year and a half left in his contract, and there's been no sign of him as yet signing a new with Chelsea, Callum Hudson. Reportedly, Bayern Munich have been heavily linked with him. From Callum Hudson's perspective, he actually suggested how he wanted to leave Chelsea and go to play with Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich are looking to get some young players in their team, because as I did say, they have got quite a lot of aging up players Bayern Munich. But as I did say, Chelsea so far have turned 3 bids down for Munich. Reportedly, Bayern Munich put a 4th bid in the region of £35 million, and that was potentially, Chelsea's valuation. Callum Hudson, as we all currently know, but he's very, very young, as we all know, and Bayern Munich are very, very keen on getting him. It did allegedly say Bayern Munich were willing to offer him the number 10 shirt, for him to fulfill the number 10 shirt at Bayern Munich, as we all currently know. So he could be potentially, on his way out as well. So potentially, that's mainly Chelsea's transfer news to update you with. So they are linked with quite a few players, as we all know. So it looks like they could get Leandro Paredes over the line. But as I did confirm to you about Gonzalo, Higuain, Sky Sports have reportedly Chelsea have come to an agreement with Juventus over a loan. Chelsea have come to an agreement with Juventus with him being, and I think he's going to be loaned to Chelsea until the end of the season. So it's confirmed Chelsea and Juventus have been in negotiations. Chelsea have come to an agreement with Juventus to loan him at Stamford Bridge until the end of the season. Reportedly, but I think he'll be a good signing for them. He'll lead the lines, he'll score goals for them. They need a goal scorer, the Chelsea, because they haven't been scoring enough goals this season. They can create chances, they are good on the ball, but as I did say, they haven't been scoring enough goals this season. I think Gonzalo, Higuain will address their problems, in that front line, and maybe they do need a strong central defender as well. If David Luiz goes in the summer, because his contract is set to expire, and it's looking like Gary Cahill is also going to be leaving Stamford Bridge as well. So that is potentially, Chelsea's transfer news to update you with as well. Potentially, as I've been giving you a bit of an update, of what's been going on with Arsenal's transfer rumours. As I currently said, as I have been updating you on that, because Umremre has obviously confirmed in the media. Umremre has confirmed Arsenal are only going to be making loan signings this season, and he's potentially ruled out Arsenal making any permanent signings in this January window, because potentially Umremre has confirmed that. Umremre has confirmed that Arsenal can only afford loan signings, as he has currently confirmed. But obviously, two of the key areas looking to strengthen up Umremre. He wants a central defender, as he has confirmed, and he does want a winger in his team as well, does Umremre, because potentially Arsenal have got players that are going to be leaving. They've got injury problems, as I currently said as well, and potentially Stan Kroenke's not been investing any money into the club, and as I did say, they've got a lot of problems. Got average players on big contracts, as I currently said, but potentially they haven't been getting the right amount of money to spend on players they want. Potentially their target this season is to get the top four and invest money into their club to invest more money and attract players' interest. So potentially their aim this season is to get in the top four. Is Arsenal's, as we all know. So they have got a few potential targets, on their radar of Arsenal. So reportedly, Umremre has come out and he suggested that he wants to sanction Mesut Ozil to raise some funds. So he wants to get rid of Mesut Ozil because obviously he's been in and out of the team this season. He's been injured a couple of times as well, and Ozil hasn't really adapted himself, this season at the Emirates Stadium as Mesut Ozil. So reportedly, he did say Inter Milan have reportedly been interested. It did say reportedly Inter Milan have been interested in Mesut Ozil. He's Arsenal's highest paid player on £350,000 a week, as we all know. He is age 30 now, as we all know. He's Mesut Ozil. Umremre has confirmed he's willing to sanction him off, to raise funds, as we all know. Potentially, Arsenal have reportedly identified a suitable replacement. James Rodriguez now has been mentioned in the media. It did say Arsenal could just get him for £3 million. I think it's a loan deal or something like that. James Rodriguez is obviously on loan at Bayern Munich at the moment. He signed a 2-year loan deal. He's only got 6 months left of that loan deal left, as I said. Bayern Munich do have the option to make the deal permanent in the summer, as I said. But reportedly, do you think James Rodriguez would hit the ground running for Arsenal? He is 27 years of age, and it would be good for him, to experience the Premier League. James Rodriguez, as we all know, but there has been potential talks about James Rodriguez going to the Emirates. But there has been a lot of talks about that going on. So potentially that could be positive news for Arsenal, as I said. We know potentially they've also been heavily linked with Denis Suarez. He's also been mentioned in the press quite a few times, as well as Denis Suarez. Arsenal have opened up more negotiations with Barcelona over this. Potentially, Denis Suarez, from his own perspective, does want to leave Barcelona, as he has currently confirmed, because he's keen on reuniting with Umremre after they worked together, when they was at Sevilla, as we all know. But Denis Suarez, as I said, his current contract ends with Barca in 2020. I think Barcelona are keen on sanctioning him off permanently, because at one point they were playing hardball. But more talks have gone on, and I think Denis Suarez's agent is actually trying to get him to move to, the Emirates. Reportedly, Arsenal inquiring about getting him on loan, and then potentially maybe making the deal permanent in the summer, which would cost Arsenal in the region of making the deal permanent in the summer around £18 million, something like that. He's 25 years of age and he's versatile. He can play centrally, he can play on the left, he can play on the right, as we all know, Denis Suarez. But the Barcelona president has been in negotiation with Arsenal, and reportedly the Barcelona president promised Denis Suarez a move to Arsenal Football Club in this January transfer window, reportedly. But whether Barcelona are willing to go willing to let him go on loan or not. I do not know, but Arsenal obviously want to see how he progresses, see if he does hit the ground running. Then potentially Arsenal will make a decision in the summer if they do obviously want to get Denis Suarez permanently, as I said. But he's been heavily linked with a move to the Emirates. He actually began his youth career with Manchester City, did Denis Suarez, as we all currently know. We know potentially this Yannick Carrasco has been mentioned in the press as well. I think the current wage he receives, could be a problem of Arsenal getting the player, as Yannick Carrasco's wife has confirmed he wants to make the move to Europe. If he's currently on about 8 million, is he on about 8.8 million a year, in China? I think his salary a week's about £170,000 a week, this Yannick Carrasco's, and he's Belgium, he's 25 years of age, he is a winger, and they are one of the areas, obviously, where Higuain, wants to strengthen up, in the Arsenal squad, as we all know. But I think Yannick Carrasco has been offered to Arsenal. He's keen on making the move to Arsenal, but Arsenal would obviously have to inquire about a loan deal because potentially they can't afford him outright, and potentially his wage could be a financial problem for the Arsenal Football Club, getting the pursuit of the player. But I think reportedly it did say the player was willing to, take a cut deal, so he was willing to take a price cut, with Yannick Carrasco. So potentially somewhere along the line Arsenal could inquire about getting him on loan, and he takes a price cut. Yannick Carrasco, as I said, he is in China, and he's been in China now. Is it a year or something like that? He's an ex-Atletico Madrid player. I think it was at Atletico Madrid a good, was it 2.5 years or something like that? And he began his senior career with Monaco and began his youth career with Genk. As we all know, did this Yannick Carrasco. But obviously my club, Manchester United, have reportedly also been interested in him as well. But yeah, Arsenal, of course, have been linked with him. But obviously, Arsenal do know that Aaron Ramsey's going to be leaving the club. He did say he was going to be undergoing his medical, on Sunday, as I did confirm to you guys. But he has signed a 5-year deal with Juventus with 36 million, I think, £140,000 a week, 7 million per season. But as I did say, he's going to be the second highest paid player with Juventus, and I think he'll fit in the Juventus team very, very well. Whether Ramsey goes in this January window or whether he goes in the summer or not when his current contract expires, I do not know. But he's been a good servant for Arsenal over the years. He has grown and developed very, very well, and he's been at Arsenal 10 years, as we all know, and he's made over 300 other appearances. He's won 3 FA Cups, scored in 2 of the finals as Aaron Ramsey. But obviously his preferred destination was Juventus, Aaron Ramsey. So potentially Arsenal will have to find a replacement for him. But whether he's going to be going in January or whether he's going to be going this summer, I do not know, but it's going to be one of them. But Higuain did confirm he's not willing to let him go in this January window, so he's keen to keep him till the end of the season. Unless Arsenal do potentially, get someone in return, then he might soften his stance on Aaron Ramsey and let him go in this current January transfer window. As I currently said, we know potentially this Roma winger has been mentioned in the press, quite a few times as well. It did say my club were also interested in him, Manchester United. He's called Cengiz Under. He's a Roma winger. His name's really, really hard to pronounce, but he's a Roma winger. He's Turkish. He's 21 years of age, so he is very, very young in his prime. As I did say, he's a winger. He's got a contract with Roma until 2022 as this player. Reportedly, he's rated at around £45 million sterling. Reportedly, he's only on £1 million per season, with Roma, so potentially he's one of the lowest paid players is this player, as I said. But reportedly, he's not going to be leaving in this January transfer window. Reportedly, but I think his representatives are going to make him a way out of Roma in the summer transfer window. This current player, don't really know much about him, to be quite honest. I know he's got a contract with Roma till 2022 as this player. I think Roma got him in the summer of 2017 from Besiktas for the fee of around, 13.4 million or something like that. But reportedly, Arsenal have been interested, so Arsenal have been interested in getting him a move to the Emirates in the new season. We've been interested. We did say we were planning to hijack Arsenal's move for the player. As I said, he's called Under Cengiz, or Cengiz Under, however you pronounce his name. It said Tottenham have expressed their interest in him. It did say Bayern Munich have expressed their interest in him, because I did say Bayern Munich are looking to get some young players into their squad, as we all currently know in the process. But yeah, there has been a lot of talk, about that going on in the media, in the last couple of days, as I currently said. But we'll move on now to my club, Manchester United. As we all currently know, because I've been giving you, an update of what's been going on with my club, Manchester United. As we all currently know, 6 wins out of 6, so far under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We're looking very, very well, and he's got the players motivated, he's got the confidence in the team, and he's got the players, playing to the potential level, as we all currently know. Potentially, as we all know now, Solskjaer is obviously favoured now to get the job on a full-time basis at Manchester United, and Solskjaer did say he'd love the job on a full-time basis. It would be hard for him to leave Manchester United, as he did confirm. But we know obviously there's key areas in our squad we need to address. We need a central defender, we needed someone on the right, and we need a centre defensive midfielder that's fast and tenacious, because obviously all our attack is coming from the left. And Solskjaer's obviously confirmed it's unlikely we'll make any signings in January. He doesn't expect Manchester United to make any signings in January, as he currently has confirmed, as we all know. As he did say, he was going to give everybody the chance, including the youth players. So I think the youth are going to grow and develop very, very well under Solskjaer. I think the team's going to flourish under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. But there's still players coming to the end of the contracts that we do need to address. And obviously, I still think, there's players that are going to be leaving Manchester United, as we all know as well. These going to be players, that are leaving Manchester United as well. There's just been talks in the media that reportedly we're looking to send Scott McTominay out on loan. So potentially, there has been talks about that. And Scott McTominay isn't that good anywhere. But potentially, I think Fellaini's going to be going as well, to be quite honest with you. He did say Solskjaer is keen on selling Marian Fellaini, to be quite honest with you, because he doesn't comment our midfield is slow, he's static, he's Marian Fellaini, and he has been here since 2013, but reportedly did say Solskjaer's looking to sanction him off at around £15 million or something like that, Fellaini, because he doesn't complement our midfield. I think potentially, Darmian could be on his way out as well. He's another player I think will leave Manchester United, because obviously Luke Shaw's our first choice left back, as we all know, so I think potentially Darmian will be going as well, and he's coming to the end of his contract. And partly a few Italian teams have been interested in Darmian. Potentially I think, Phil Jones and Chris Smalling will be gone next season as well. I do think Valencia will be going as well. I don't think Valencia's got a long future at Manchester United. He's 33 years of age now, as we all know. He's coming to an end of his career, as we all know, and he's hardly played this season. He's hardly featured in the Premier League this season, Valencia, and he has grown and developed very, very well, Antonio Valencia. As we all know, he's made over 300 appearances, as I said. He's been here since 2009. He's won everything here, but he's been here 10 years now, as Antonio Valencia, but he's been struggling to get game time under his belt this season. So I think potentially Valencia will be going, as I said, because obviously Ashley Young is our first choice right back now, as we all currently know, and he's 33 now, and he's been here he's at least 7-8 years now, as I said, and he's won everything here. He's made over 300 odd appearances as Ashley Young, as we all currently know. And I also too think Marcus Rojo will be definitely leaving the club. I think it won't be till the summer though, because obviously Marcus Rojo is good there as a backup option in our defensive line, but as I did say regarding Marcus Rojo, I think, potentially in my opinion, he's had a difficult time, since he's come to United. He's been struggling to get a run of games in, he's been struggling to keep fit, and he's had a lot of injury problems as Marcus Rojo since he's come to the club, and he's currently injured now, is Marcus Rojo, as we all know. So potentially I think we are going to offload Marcus Rojo in the summer, to make space to get a central, strong central defender for a replacement for Marcus Rojo, because I don't think we're going to do any signings in this January transfer window, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed, as we all currently know. But I do think, there will be quite a few players leaving. I think Fellaini will be one of them. I think Darmian will be one of them. I think Rojo will be one of them in the summer. There's been talks now of Scott McTominay going out on loan. So essentially, there's vast improvements in this team since Solskjaer's come in. 6 wins out of 6, as I said. He's got, Pogba. He's giving Pogba the freedom to express himself more. Pogba's been fantastic, since Solskjaer's come in, providing, expressing himself, scoring goals himself, and potentially I also think, the front men are getting, the freedom, to interchange, closer together. We're getting fullbacks high up the pitch, we're creating a lot more chances, which is a lot more clinical chances, which is very, very good to see, as I said. But as I did say, our midfield looks very, very effective when you've got Herrera, Matic and Pogba in it. Matic I do have reservations about because he's slow, but I think he's dramatically improved under Solskjaer. He's effective in his passing, and I think he's a good passer of the ball. Matic is slow like Fellaini, but Matic is a better footballer than Marian Fellaini, as I said. But Matic has dramatically improved under Solskjaer, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He really, really has. But potentially, in our front line, Lukaku doesn't complement our front line, in my opinion. I know he's a prolific goal scorer in the Premier League, and he can score goals, as he has proven throughout his playing career. In the Premier League, he scored about 45 goals for Belgium, but Lukaku's slow. His first touch concerns people, and he doesn't have any pace from Lukaku, but like the likes of Rashford, who's got fantastic pace, Martial, who's got fantastic pace, Lingard, who's got fantastic pace, who can press high up the pitch, and this is something that Lukaku can't complement, and he can't do that, Lukaku. So I don't see how he fits in our front line system, to quite honest with you. And I think Lukaku probably will dramatically improve under the management of Solskjaer. but as I did say, he doesn't suit our frontline system. There's Romelu Lukaku, in my opinion. But potentially, as it confirmed as well early on in the press, as I said, potentially Paul Pogba obviously has missed training due to that his wife has given birth, confirmed. So too is Nemanja Matic, his wife has given birth, so he's potentially missed training as well. But in my opinion, saying about Rashford, he's very, very effective in the middle, is Marcus Rashford. I think Martial, is very, very good on that, out on wide position. I think he's good on that left-hand side, Martial, because he does create the width, fantastically well. As we all currently know, we spent over £400 million in that team, as we all currently know. But potentially, we know there has been potential talks, as I currently said. So we've still got players coming to the end of the contracts. We know we've been in talks of getting Mata a new deal and Herrera a new deal and Ashley Young a new deal at the club. We know there's been talks that reportedly David De Gea is demanding he wants £300,000 a week if he is to commit to a new deal. At Manchester United, David De Gea, but David De Gea has confirmed he's committing his future, with Manchester United. He's happy in Manchester. He's happy with Manchester United. As we all know, he's been here since 2011 and he has grown and developed very, very well. He's potentially the best goalkeeper in the world. He's made over 300 appearances, I think, in all competitions. He's nearly kept a century of clean sheets now in the Premier League, as I said. But obviously, we've activated a 12-month extension of his current contract. That takes him under contract till 2020. But obviously, from Solskjaer's perspective, he wants De Gea, to sign a new long-term deal, and so to Antonio Martial as well, because we've activated a 12-month option on his current contract term as well, Anthony Martial. So hopefully, somewhere along the line, we can sign new deals for De Gea and Martial, new long-term deals for De Gea and Martial, hopefully, as well. But potentially, we know we've been linked with quite a lot of players, as we all know that have been spoken about in the media. I know a lot of Manchester United fans would like to see, Koulibaly come into the club. Koulibaly is obviously the number one target, to come in. Obviously, I think Napoli are reluctant, to let him go in this current January transfer window. So far, in the process, we've had 3 bids turned down for Koulibaly. The recent one was 95 million. Obviously, Napoli rate him at least around £100 million. But as I did say, Koulibaly doesn't want to be there. He's had a number of years in Italy, as we all know. He's grown and developed very, very well. He's 27 years of age, he's Koulibaly. But he doesn't want to be there. I think this may be due to the, the racial abuse he suffered, back in Boxing Day, last year as well. The player suffered racial abuse. He got sent off in that game. And I think he feels unhappy now in Italy, with Napoli, to be quite honest with you. But he's versatile. He adapts every area of his game very, very well. He's very, very good in the air, he's Koulibaly. But it's probably a deal that's probably likely, to happen in the summer. Ed Woodward's been in negotiations with the Napoli officials over this, and I think he'd complement our central defensive line, fantastically well with Koulibaly if you put him alongside Lindelof and Eric Bailly, as we all know. He looked very, very good indeed with Koulibaly. Napoli only paid £7 million for him from Gent, but potentially we've got the financial power, to meet his valuation, as we all know. But he's got a contract with Napoli until 2023, but he has been the number one target, to get in at Manchester United. He has been the number one target, to get in at Manchester United as a Koulibaly, as we all know. We know potentially Inter Milan Skriniar has also been mentioned as well, but according to the latest news about that, according to Lucy Spelter, his price is out of everyone's range. Reportedly, according to the Inter Milan boss, nobody can afford him. Reportedly, he's rated at £70 million, but Inter Milan have ruled out selling the player. So potentially, he will be staying at Inter Milan. He's 23 years of age. He's nowhere near the same levels as Koulibaly in that, but he's only 23 years of age. He's 4 years younger than Koulibaly, as we all know. He's been potentially one of Ed Woodward's transfer targets as well as Milan Skriniar, Slovakian. I think Inter Milan paid, was it around £20 million for Milan Skriniar, but we have been linked to him. But according to recent reports, Inter Milan have ruled out selling Milan Skriniar, as we all know. We also too know that there's we've been obviously into Eder Militao, Porto, 20 years of age, very, very young in his very, very young in his prime. He is Brazilian. Porto have only had him since last summer, but reportedly his performances for Porto have been very, very good this season. In the Champions League and in Portugal as well. Porto only got him last summer, as I said. His versatility is very, very good because he can play as a centre-back, a defensive midfielder and a full-back as well. But I think he's predominantly a right-back, Eder Militao. Reportedly, a few teams have expressed their interest in him as well. So potentially my club, Manchester United, have been linked with Eder Militao, but he's got a £40 million release clause in his
contract. He's got a 4-year deal, I think, left on his contract with FC Porto, but potentially, of course, we have been linked to with him as well. We know there's been talks about Toby Alderweireld. We've been linked to him, and we've been, linked with that Roma central defender Costas Manolas. So potentially, we have got a few players on our agenda, as we all currently know. But potentially, Solskjaer's now the favourite to get the job, as we all currently know. He did confirm he was going to be having negotiations with Ed Woodward about this current January transfer window, but he said it's unlikely we'll make any signings. But Solskjaer has confirmed he'd love the job on a full-time basis. Ed Woodward's praised him. Obviously, we know that Pochettino's been our number one, to come in the club, because obviously we're actually still recruiting, to get a director of footballing, as we all know. But obviously Pochettino's been mentioned. He's been Ed Woodward's number one and the club's number one target, for quite a while. But obviously, recent reports have been coming out saying that the Tottenham chairman, Danny Levy, is not willing to sell. He's not willing to let Pochettino leave Tottenham, and he did even say even if we were willing to offer in the excess of £50 million for Pochettino, potentially he wouldn't go Pochettino because potentially Danny Levy's being ruthless and he's standing firm over this situation. Is Danny Levy, and Pochettino signed a 5-year deal last summer with Tottenham, and it will cost us in the region to get him in anywhere on a full-time basis at the end of this season, when we could save that money and keep Solskjaer, on the job on a full-time basis, and save that money to potentially get a signing with that money, as we all know. But Pochettino's proven in the Premier League he's good at growing and developing young players, and I think he's fully committed to Tottenham. I think he's happy at Tottenham. He's still looking to win his first major honour as manager. Is Mauricio Pochettino. He did confirm a couple of weeks ago, was it a week or so ago, that he was in talks with Man United. Ed Woodward was in transfer talks with Mauricio Pochettino as well. But he's unlikely now that's going to happen. So it's Solskjaer's now favoured, to get the job at Manchester United. But he knows about this club. He knows the culture of the club. He knows the traditions of the club, and he's tactically changed everything around at Manchester United. He's brought positivity back to the club, and he was a great player for 11 years. Under Alex Ferguson was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and obviously he knows some of these players from the reserve team because obviously Solskjaer, watched them grow and develop, as we all currently know. So now potentially he is the favourite now to get the job. Is Solskjaer. People say he hasn't had a lot of managerial experience. He didn't do so well at Cardiff. He won 2 Norwegian titles with Moldham and all that. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I think he is the right man, for the job. At Manchester United, in my opinion. 6 wins out of 6, 17 goals scored, I think, 3 clean sheets. As I said, you couldn't have asked for a better start than this. You couldn't ask for a better start than this, and he's the first manager to win his first 6 games in charge. So potentially he has beaten, the great Sir Matt Busby record, and potentially I think he can elevate us to that higher level. Our aim this season is obviously to get into the top 4. That is our aim this season, and hopefully next season get us back up there to that commanding position where we should be, get us back up there challenging, competing and challenging for major honours, and get us up there competing with the big teams, with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool, as we all and that. So that's what we potentially all want to see. But potential latest news, this main part of this video, is that Sky Sports have just reported tonight Gonzalo Higuain's being left out of the AC Milan starting 11. He wasn't included on the photo, so he wasn't on the photo of the AC Milan squad. And then potentially Chelsea fans were then convinced they can get a deal over the line for him. Chelsea have been inquiring about getting Gonzalo Higuain on loan. The narrative about this has been stemming for the last month or so now. Chelsea have held negotiations with Juventus and AC Milan over this. Potentially Chelsea have been finding it difficult, to finalise terms with Juventus, about this, to be quite honest with you, because it actually said that Chelsea had 2 loan bids turned down, from Juventus. I think one was a 6-month, one was an 18-month loan, as I currently said. But reportedly now, Sky Sports are reporting that Chelsea and Juventus have come to an agreement that he will be going on loan to Chelsea until the end of the season. Then Chelsea have the option to make the deal permanent in the summer for around 30-odd million. But AC Milan obviously have got him on loan. They paid 16 million to get him on loan, and AC Milan do have the option to make the deal permanent in the summer, as we all know. But there has been a lot of talks going on. Chelsea director and the Chelsea board have reservations about it, considering his age and all that, because Gonzalo Higuain is 31 years of age. But there has been talks. AC Milan and Juventus have been in talks regarding Higuain's future, but I think potentially, Higuain does want to leave AC Milan, as he currently has confirmed. So I don't know if it's officially confirmed, but Sky Sports have just reported on it. So I will, probably look tomorrow, see if more else has updated on it, as I currently have said. So yeah, and the news about Morata, as I've updated you about Alvaro Morata, reportedly he's stepping closer to a move to Atletico Madrid. It did say reportedly Morata's been in Madrid to have negotiations, with Atletico Madrid about potentially making a move. There has been talks that there's been teams inquiring about getting Morata on loan. As we all know, maybe Chelsea would prefer the deal to be permanent, to fully sanction Morata off because he hasn't delivered the goods at Chelsea. It did say he was willing to take a pay cut from Atletico Madrid, was Alvaro Morata. Reportedly, maybe Atletico Madrid have to offload one of their players. As I clearly said, it did say maybe his wage could be a problem of some of these teams that have been interested in getting him. Maybe the wage could be a problem with Atletico Madrid getting him, but reportedly, Morata demanded he will take a pay cut to join Atletico Madrid, as it did say, because he's on about £89 million per season at Stamford Bridge, is Alvaro Morata, as we all currently know. But Chelsea identifying Gonzalo Higuain as a potential replacement for Morata, as we all know. And as I did update you earlier on in the video, they've been linked with this Linjo Perez, as I said. He's Argentinian, he's 24 years of age, he's medically, wants to leave Russia. He's with Zenit St. Petersburg. They got him. Zenit St. Petersburg got him from Rome for £24 million, and he's been an employee on loan. He began his career with Boca Juniors, as we all know, obviously, when he was young in his prime. He's 24 years of age, as I said, so Chelsea would get a lot of years out of him. I think he is keen on making the move to Stamford Bridge, but Chelsea have not yet come to an agreement on a fee. Zenit want about 36 million, as I currently said, but I think the contract and the terms have been agreed, as I said. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, guys, and I'll be back tomorrow. Don't know what time, but I will be back tomorrow with some